What's up? Hey, I know. It's been a while since I posted anything, and this video is going to talk about why I have not been posting anything. I'm just going to give you all the details. And this is just me being transparent. It's like I can just say, "Oh, life been life," and just been and continue on and with whatever videos I want to post. But yo, this year, before I even get to into this year, I'm gonna talk about these last like 4 months I have not been posting because man, I kid you not, the amount of stuff that has happened. I thought man, like it feels like I'm losing my mind, or it felt like I was losing my mind because I'm coming out of whatever that was because it didn't make any sense at all. It's like okay, I guess a bit of background is also needed. Um, oh, and the disclaimer: this video is going to be a dual upload. I'm going to upload it to this channel and my other channel. I do have two channels. If you don't know, this one is going up on both because I'm a part of both. And I mentioned on the other one, which I'm gonna have that video right here. I mentioned in this video that okay, I'm gonna make a video separate talking about this. It's like the things that I experienced in this 4 month, 4 month hiatus, crazy. But like, car was repossessed, almost got evicted, or there was a possibility of eviction. Tried to get back into the 9 to 5, and it's like, I, if you know me, you know how I feel about the 9 to 5. I left the 9 to 5. I even made videos talking about leaving the 9 to 5, but I'm learning that my target audience are not the people that I want to actually serve the most. My people. I'm learning that I too need to further get out of my comfort zone. I'm learning that I need to speak up more. Like, just flat out, just say whatever I want to say. And not always be so tactful. Like, not always try to communicate in a peaceful way. Not that I'm saying I want to communicate in a more chaotic way. There are just certain experiences I've had, and I'm like, yo, I know if I wanted to say, this would have escalated to something it should have been. I'm just going to start saying it now. And if it escalates, it escalates. I'm really good at conflict resolution. We'll leave that there. But this year, I'm not going to lie, I've learned a lot. I've learned so much about myself, about what's going on around me, and how it all connects. Learning a lot about my family. Learning a lot. Just learning a lot. There's so much I'm learning. It's like, I really wish I had people I could talk to about this kind of stuff. There aren't many people who could, I mean, I'm sure, like, I got family and friends, but I'm not sure if they can handle some of the stuff I'm experiencing. Not that they, like, would go crazy or anything, but they aren't experiencing what I'm experiencing. And not only that, their perspective of mine is so different. Because I've learned that I went under the radar, which I think I've mentioned this in a video before. I've learned that I went under the radar with ADHD. And truthfully, if anything, most people probably are. And especially if you were born in the millennial, especially if you're a millennial, you're probably ADHD and you don't even know it. But it's like, for me, when I realized it, it was when when I went full time into being an entrepreneur. I started to like think to myself, like, am I ADHD? Because from the amount of people I've worked with who have it, whether they were a student or one of my fellow coworkers or a friend, a lot of the stuff that they talk about with their experiences with it sound and felt very familiar. I'm gonna link a creator and also post their video here. This video gave me full clarity that yeah, I'm ADHD. And it's just that growing up, the way my mind processed information made sense. It just made sense. And then on top of that, it did take me a while to get the hang of some things until I just decided to lock in. And that was me thinking to myself, I don't want bad grades. So I'm gonna bring my grades up. And I just did it. I just focused. And I know it's not that simple for everyone, but that's one of the additional things that I've been reminding myself of consistently this year, is that not everyone thinks like me. And I'm not even gonna go down that and talk about that, because the amount of stuff that I've been realizing is all a part of the duality. And it's like, that'll sum it up. Instead of me going down that path of explaining it, it's all about duality. Yes, we are all connected, we are all one, but we're all also so very different. That's the simplest way of putting it. But yeah, it made sense the way my mind processed information. So when I mentioned before about locking in and getting my grades up, I got my grades up to the point to where in my freshman year of high school, I was skipping school. And honestly, I think I'll talk about this in the video, I was skipping school because I didn't like going. Like, people were just, kids are mean. Kids are mean, simply put it. And I didn't want to be there with them. I felt like I could just skip and then do whatever I wanted to do, which in hindsight, I probably could have. But my mom wasn't having that. So the fact that I was skipping school my freshman year of high school, and this is the ADHD talking right now. Like, bro, how am I talking about high school? And I was like, but the fact, I'm gonna make it make sense though. The fact that I was skipping school and still had a B average, I still had like a 3.2, 3.3 while skipping school. Like, and then like the days I would decide to skip will always be on the class that we have with those physical science. And like one of my classmates just called me scientist, because it's like, bro, how you skipping school but you still got a B? Because I'm like, I mean, the stuff easy. I mean, it just makes sense. The way my brain processed information when I was reading, it was like, this just makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna do it. And then once I would go in class and blah blah blah, but I still, I mean, with my 4 years and like different distractions came up, and life is life. I'm just gonna sum it up as that, because I'm not gonna go through my whole high school experience, but life is life. But to get back to what I'm talking about now, I kind of even lost track of what I was talking about. And honestly, I'm just gonna leave this in the video, because I'm gonna go back and watch what I was watching and just cut to that point as soon as I remember it. I cut ADHD, and that's something I've been learning about myself this year as well. And it's like, it's gone already. It's gone again. It came and it left. My ADHD. Learning about myself. Oh, the ADHD was like a side tangent. That's not even like 100% relevant. It's relevant, but not 100% relevant, because the whole point of me bringing it up was just talking about, oh yeah, I also realized this, because this is one of the things I learned about myself this year. But now that we're back on track, yeah, this year, right? So like, so much stuff happened, and it's like the fact that what I mentioned, yeah, my car, possible eviction, that didn't happen because I'm still living here, and like I've moved out of that, and the car. And like, okay, I'm just gonna start over somewhat from the top and be like, yo, a lot of this stuff this year does not make sense. Because in that 4 months, like, okay, the 9 to 5, there we go. Like, the fact that before that 4 months, that span of 4 months with everything happening, the fact that I have at that point, the fact that I've had at that point, I mean, 10 years experience, 10 years experience as a graphic designer, because I'm always like doing something in Photoshop and always like creating something. The fact that I have like 6-7 years, what's 2017? Yeah, 8 years of personal training experience. And I can say 6 years of like mentoring experience. And then I never really thought about it, but I technically have like 13 years of customer service experience. And with how I've been moving about my life so far, every job I've had has had me using one of those skills at one point or another, or even all at once. So it's like, for me to come to a point in my journey in life where I'm doing entrepreneur stuff, and then okay, that's how the dots connect. I was talking about entrepreneur stuff, and me realize, okay, I'm undercharging. I was undercharging my clients. I was not having them pay me what I'm actually worth with my skill set. So I raised my prices, and that's when all my clients vanished. Every client I had, from the ones who just wanted to offer just one session here or there, or were paying me monthly, vanished. Because it's like, for example, the monthly clients were paying $450 a month, and I'm thinking to myself, this is a good deal because it's less than a gym. And then at the time, I was also working out at Planet Fitness. I was like, okay, cool, this works. They can be my guest, and it'll work out. But when I did the math, I'm like, hold up, $450 a month. With this client in particular, this $450 a month is averaging out about $10 an hour, because we are working together. I'm working with them about 40 hours a month. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, wait a minute, this isn't working. This isn't working at all. $10 an hour? Oh no, we can't keep doing that. So I was like, all right, let me see. I don't want to break their pockets. So what if I make it average out to about $18 an hour, which would be $750 a month? Which makes sense to me, because I should be charging more for my level of skill. Even though it's 6 years of experience, it's like so much. Like, bruh, learning about the human body and the muscular system, the skeletal system, the fascia, like how everything is connected, bruh. This is a lot of stuff, and it's complicated, and most people don't understand it. And it's not like personal trainers or physical therapists are out here doing what people who work on cars do. The fact that if you side tangent, the fact that you could go to a car shop and they will charge you a service fee, and that service fee can admittedly be whatever they want it to be within their reasoning, on top of them having to also buy the part. Like there's this thing, I can't remember the name of it, but it involves cleaning out your gas tank. And I'm thinking to myself, how you go clean out a gas tank? But I learned from a friend of mine, because he learned this from a friend of his, that pretty much this thing that he was being charged $140 for, that you can easily just go to a Dollar General, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, anywhere that sells like car or auto stuff, and buy this like bottle. It's less than $10. You pour that in your gas tank, and it, in combination with the gas that you use, it'll like clean everything else while also like giving you better mileage in your car. The fact that this, was it Meineke? I forget whatever the name of the place was. The fact that they were trying to charge him $140 just to pour that into his tank. Personal trainers, whether they're online or in person, and physical therapists, whether online or in person, we are not doing that. We're not intentionally trying to get one over on you because you don't know. We are literally walking you through the process, and it takes so much information, so much time to learn this. Like, and then on top of that, it'd be one thing if we were trying to, oh, I can't believe I'm having this conversation right now, or I'm saying this right now. It'd be one thing if we were trying to get over on you if we were also cooking your food. We're not cooking your food. We're telling you what to eat. Then we're instructing you on how to take care of your body. And then even then, like, we're still charging you less than what a hospital would. We're not giving you, and then on top of that, some people's insurance take care of it anyway. But to get back on the point, because now I was like, But yeah, I raised my prices and all my clients was gone. So it left me into a point where it's like, all right, perhaps I have to do that thing I don't really want to do, get a regular job again, which I was okay with. Even though I don't want to do it, I was like, hey, I got to do what I got to do. Bills got to be paid. So in the meantime, I was DoorDashing, and I got some DoorDash stories, and I kind of feel like I want to do a video talking about my DoorDash experiences, because I've had some good ones, some bad ones. I feel like that'd be interesting, and I might just do it on this channel. Well, the True Pro Tag, just for like a story time, instead of my other channel, because I feel like it would fit more with that. The job stuff. Okay, so yeah, I was doing a lot of DoorDash to the point where I was pretty much doing DoorDash every freaking day. Oh my god, every freaking day. 8 to 10, 8 to 12 hours a day, depending on the day. It's a lot of driving. Oh my god, it's a lot of driving. But then it's like, I kind of had no choice, you know? Like, I raised my prices to honestly not even what I should be charging in the first place, but I raised my prices because it's like, why am I doing all this personal training and also doing DoorDash? The fact that I'm doing all my personal training in the day and then DoorDashing in the evening, it's not working out. Because I'm out like sometimes past midnight with the DoorDashing. Then I get home to try to get some rest. Then I have to get up early. And sometimes I sleep in. It's like, this isn't working. So I was like, okay, I want to DoorDash less. So not only was me raising my prices so I can pay myself more closely to what I should be getting paid, it was also the fact that I wanted to DoorDash less. And then here I am DoorDashing more than I ever have. But it's cool that I do have like a 9 to 5 now. It's cool, you know. It's not 100% ideal because it's not something I was expecting to do. Like, I'm literally following my dream and following my heart. And even now, I still feel like I should be doing those things. But before I got to this point where I have like a part-time or something like that, I tried different jobs. I'm not going to say which ones they were. I'm just going to tell you about the experiences there that I had that led to the things that was happening. So I did get this job at a grocery store, right? It was cool. I actually like the grocery store. It's a grocery store I shop at a lot. And I'm like, you know what? This is not working out. For multiple reasons. The first one I noticed was their honest, unrealistic expectations for someone who hasn't even been officially working there for 3 weeks. I'm gonna clarify that again. This is passion, not anger. There's a difference. The unrealistic expectations of someone who has not been officially employed there for 3 weeks. And by that, I'm still saying it wrong. I have not worked there for 3 weeks. I've been employed there for 3 weeks, but I have not worked a total of 3 weeks. So for them to be coming at me like, dude, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, bruh, what are you talking about? I'm still new. What? Huh? At least this is what I'm thinking to myself, because I'm trying to be as acceptable as possible. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm noticing they're being really unrealistic with their expectations of me. Yes, I've been employed here for 3 weeks, but I have not actually worked 3 weeks. You're scheduling me on a part-time schedule. I'm working 2. Sometimes 4 days a week. And honestly, I was only there for 2 pay periods. Which means this is frustrating. It's very frustrating because I'm like, how dare you people? How dare you? I really appreciate the ones who are working with me, you know? Because yeah, I'm still new. I'm still learning how to do things. And it's like what I'm seeing and I'm observing, because not only that, I feel like their management styles weren't that great. Just to be honest, if they ever comes out this video, your management styles were not that great. Because how are you going to tell me you don't know how to teach someone how to move fast? What do you mean? You don't know how to teach someone how to move fast. Then on top of that, they told that to someone who can teach people how to move fast. I can teach you how to move fast. How? Just as I said before, with how my mind processes information, it makes sense. I will break down step by step how to move faster. If you cannot teach someone how to move fast, that's a you problem, not a me problem. If you want to run fast, I can break that down for you and teach you how to run fast. If you want to build something faster, even if I have not done that before, I can break it down and explain the process. Okay, because there will be instructions for this project to build, correct? And depending on it, we can cut a few corners. Depending on the scale of it, we can cut a few corners. But it does not change the fact that I kind of jumped. I didn't even finish the first thought, because like that part right there, the fact that that person told me I cannot teach you how to move fast, that let me know I was about to train myself. Because all these videos that you guys are having me watch ain't doing nothing. They're just telling me how to do the job. Telling me how to do the job and showing me how to do the job are two different things. And like I was saying, shout out to the individuals there that was like actually trying to get me to get the hang of how to do it. And honestly, they didn't have to say much. I just watched them. Because I realized after being told that we can't teach you how to move fast, I was like, I bet I'm about to teach myself. I'm about to have to learn. I'm about to turn on my shotgun gun. I'm about to turn on the shotgun gun or my Renegon and just pick up how they moving, just so I can get good at this. Because I'm seeing the unrealistic expectations of someone who hasn't been actually working there for longer than 3 weeks. Even though I've been employed for 3 weeks, I have not worked for 3 weeks. I'm going to stress the mess out of that. I was employed there for 2 pay periods, but I have not worked a cumulative amount of 2 pay periods. Just again, another reason why I left. Unrealistic expectations, not so great managing and teaching training skills, and the pay, it wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. And what's cool is I can separate the work from the people. Like, all in all, still some great people. Like, still communicating with one of them outside of that. Still cool people, still great people. However, there, bruh, they were, how to put it, they were wilding out. Because it's like, how are you going to have these kind of expectations for someone? I mean, I get it. Let me hold the brakes, take them few steps back. I get it. They still they expected greatness of me because I know who I am. Despite it all, I know who I am, and I'm positive they saw that in me. If not exactly how I view myself, they saw that in me. So they was like, hey, yo, you should be getting this. But I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'll admit that. Them having their expectations of me, despite it also seeming on one side of the coin unrealistic, I know why they were doing it. I'm just passionately about like, yo, what? I'm still new here, still new. But that leads me to the other thing I was going to say, which is I was intentionally not trying to give my all to a job I'm working part-time. Key emphasis on part-time. And then, even then, in my part-time hours, I'm realizing, oh, how I am currently moving isn't working. I'm gonna have to match what they are doing. So that's why I asked how to move fast. So like, how can I move faster? And then I got the response of we can't teach you how to move fast. I'm like, bro, what? You don't know how to train. Like, you're talking to someone who's been like a trainer, personal trainer, and even a mentor. Where honestly, based on what they told me, how long they've worked there, not even half, no, a little over half the time. Well, actually, no, let me just put it this way. They've worked at that place longer than I've been doing personal training and mentoring combined, yet they can't teach someone how to move faster. Amazing person though. End of the day, amazing person. It's just like certain things, it's like, bro, how have you have that? But yeah, I had to quit. I had to quit working there. Honestly, because of those three things I mentioned, and the fact that, let me clarify point number 3, the not making enough. So there was 1 week, and admittedly, it's just 1 week, where I was scheduled for 2 days. Now, I get it's part-time, but 2 days, 4.5 hours each day, that's 9 hours. And on that paycheck from that pay period, I got like $200 something. And I was like, no. The fact that I can make this same $200 something in 2 days, DoorDash, or possibly even 1, depending on the day, this is not working. You mean to tell me I came to your establishment over the span of possibly 5 days, and I made what I would normally make in 2, or on a slow week 3, depending on when I dash, and that's depending on when I dash, 3 days. And I had to wait 2 weeks to receive what I would receive normally in 3. Slow week. That wasn't working out. And then the reason number 4 is like I had to, because situation with my car. Because it's like, man, I will take full accountability and responsibility for my actions into me experiencing my car almost getting repossessed on 2 different occasions, and then officially getting repossessed on another occasion. But it does not change the fact that there were things outside of my control. Those things I just mentioned, those 3 things, those were out of my control. But what I could control is if I kept my car. So one of the 4th reason I had to quit is because I did not want my car at the time to get repossessed. So I quit and just went full time on DoorDash again. And then there was this other job that I tried to get, which messed up a friendship. Or at least I thought maybe this wasn't even a friendship to begin with. I saw this person as a friend. So I learned about this job where you drive box trucks. I was gonna say boxes trucks. Where you drive box trucks and you're pretty much making deliveries and whatnot, right? I learned about this through a friend who admittedly I met on Tinder. Like, they lived in, at the time, Colombia when we matched on Tinder. Never really had the chance to meet. There were times whether they were here in St. Louis, but schedules never aligned. I was always dashing or using that time in a day to work on my computer and do something. Like, the schedules never aligned. So when I learned about their dad starting a business, and it'd be the kind of thing where if I wanted to, I can do a night shift or a day shift kind of thing, and the night shift is 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. I was like, oh, that 11 to 3 a.m. I can definitely do that because all I'm doing is driving. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go through the process. Every time I bring it up, it's like, it brings up frustration. I went through the trouble of getting my driver's license from a class F to a class E, which is really just taking a quiz. And then I went to get my medical doc card, because you have to get a medical doc card to be able to have clearance to drive trucks of any kind, whether it be the small box trucks or the larger freight trucks. You have to have that. So I went through the trouble to do that. And then training days came along, and I put quotes on training days because regardless of how they described it, these are training days. If you are putting someone behind a wheel to see if they can drive a truck or a vehicle of any kind, is that not training? I'm even going to stop the music We finna sit in silence. I want y'all to think about that. And I'm gonna say it again. If you are seeing how well someone can drive a vehicle of any kind, is that not training? For 2 days, 2 separate days, I was on the road for 12 hours. And apparently, I learned that their dad already planned on not paying me. I was told $150 a day, and I'm like, you know what? That's cool. I can work with that. And that's all I was told. So me doing this training, I'm thinking, okay, this is cool. I'm gonna make 150 today, 150 tomorrow. And honestly, I wasn't even expecting to work to do another training day because the first one went so well. Even though on the first one, it was both me and the person I was riding with taking turns because I wanted to get used to it. So like I did some of the driving, he did some of the driving, and then towards the end, he did the rest of the driving back. And so he and I was like, you know what? Yeah, he even told me that I was a better driver than him, like driving the speed limit and whatnot. But I'm like, okay, I see how you driving. I'm just gonna start driving like that. And that's what I did. I just didn't bother to drive the speed limit because like, bruh, the fact that we were driving hours out of the city to like, bruh, we went to places I'd never been before. Like I've been to Jeff City. I've been to like some of the places we've been to, but then there are so many other places. I'm like, yo, word, we all the way out here. And then once we actually finished, we had like a 2.5, 3 hour drive back. And you don't drive back until you finish. And sometimes, bro, oh my God, the fact that between those 2 days I drove 24 hours and did not get paid. I couldn't get that time back. Because like, if that was the case, if I had known prior, because like in the communicating with them, I was like, yo, why wasn't it communicated? I mean, I get it. I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I learned that I shouldn't. And that's another thing I'm learning. I should not give people the benefit of the doubt. But I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I'd be like, you know what? I probably should have asked beforehand. That's on me. And then their response was like, yeah, you should have asked. And I'm thinking like, wait a minute. Whoa, hold up now. What do you mean? I'm taking accountability for this. And I know, hey, you probably think to yourself like, I mean, yeah, Jamal, you're taking accountability for it. But that doesn't change the fact that people on your end had information that I did not have. And even she admitted to even not knowing herself. But the way she was communicating, I'm like, whoa, hold up. You acting quite different now. Like, this is, I mean, I get it. You decide with your dad. That's your dad. It is what it is. But after this interaction, I'm good. I'm good on both of them. Because what do you mean you already planned on not paying me? Oh my God. I never wanted to put my hands on someone. Not her. Not her. Of course, not her. But her dad. I never wanted to put my hands on someone. Until that happened. Until this person preemptively decided to not pay me for my time. Just bringing it up just brings up those memories, you know? But yeah, to continue on what happened within these 4 months. So after that, I ain't gonna lie. I had like 4 days of just reflecting. I had 4 days of just like, honestly, I could probably say I was a little sad, depressed, irritated. I was feeling a lot of emotion. So it was like definitely 4 days back to back. I didn't do anything. I barely even left the house. I didn't work out. I didn't do anything. So I'm like, bro, what the huge F-bomb? What the heck is going on right now? How can I have all these freaking skills while looking for a regular 9 to 5 job, and I'm not getting no interviews. Is it because I'm overqualified? Is it because they feel I might leave because I have self-employment or freelance graphic design experience? What is going on here? Because I should not be experiencing any of this with a skill set like mine. What is going on here? Like, those were the questions I was asking myself, you know, because it didn't make any sense. It really didn't make any sense that I was experiencing the things that I was experiencing with the skill set that I have. And even now, it's like, bro, what? But yeah, 4 days. Admittedly, that was 4 days of money I could have been making with doing DoorDash. But all in all, it still didn't matter. Because even if I, with doing the math and considering all possible outcomes, even if I did dash those 4 days, I would have still been about $300 short. $300 or more I could have been made on those 2 days. Between those 2 days, I mean. And since that happened, I was like, well, let me just try. Regardless of what I do, it was inevitable. Due to that happening, with them deciding to not pay me, my car getting repossessed was inevitable. And that what bothered me the most. And I know some of you probably think like, dang, you don't got no friends or family? You can know. It's not that they wouldn't. Well, let me correct that. I have some family and friends that that in all 100% honesty could have helped, but they won't. Not out of malice or oh fuck you Jamal or anything like that. Well, some of my family, that's definitely what it is. Some of them. Not all of them, but definitely some of my family, it is, yes, forget you, Jamal type of thing. Because it's one thing to be unwilling. Well, it's one thing to be willing and unable. But another thing to be able and unwilling. And that's the crazy thing to me. Because even considering some of the stuff I've learned from one of my cousins and how this same cousin I asked, which is his older sibling, how she was towards him, I was like, yo, your little brother, at least when I'm thinking to myself, and even I'm just gonna say this out loud, your little brother is sleeping in his car right now. And what's crazy is, he wouldn't be sleeping in his car right now if you helped him with like, it was something he needed for a job. Something minor, and he wasn't able to do it at the time, so he asked his older sibling, who's well off, house, has the money, to simply put it, and she didn't want to help him. I'm just like, dang, what's going on with my family? Which is like, that's the conversation for another time too, because like, and it's like, bro, the dreams that I have, man, like I'm gonna put the dream related videos on my other channel, because that's, bruh, oh man, bruh, my dreams, yo, like I haven't had nightmares since 2019. So I gets down in my dream. Like I've been doing martial arts for so long. I think at some point in my spiritual journey, I started to use my martial arts in my dreams, and I don't have nightmares anymore. I've had things try to scare me. Like recently, like last month, I had a dream. No, earlier this month. Looking at the calendar, it's still November. Earlier this month, I had a dream about some clowns and some possessed dolls. Bruh, so funny to me. So the clown, kind of looked like Sweet Tooth, you know. And what was it? And the dolls was like in like toy cars driving in a circle. Like there was like 3 toy cars. And the clown was in the middle. And the 3 toy cars was like in a triangle, almost pyramid thing in front of them. They were just driving in circles. And I'm like, what? And the clown was laughing. And then it's like some creepy toy music was playing, like a xylophone thing or something. And the clown was just laughing. And then it got in my face and was like, ah! And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I literally said to the clown, what are you doing? Like, bruh, it's so funny because, like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm capable of in my dreams. I know what I'm capable of on the other side. So, like, the fact that I said to the clown, "What are you doing?" like it was in my face like that. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And I'm, bruh, because it's so funny. Because like when I woke up from the dream, I'm like, what were they trying to achieve? Like, bruh, the fact, bruh, that's the funniest part of the dream. Because it's like, I literally said to the clown, "What are you doing?" Like, bruh. Oh my god. But yeah, I haven't had a nightmare since 2019. And this is why, like, I even bring up the whole dreams thing, because I feel like, you know what, this shit's like, because how do I even explain it? Because I don't talk about it when I'm doing my mentoring, and I'm not even sure how to go about it if I'm to teach it. And honestly, let me take that back. I feel like the only way I can go about teaching people how to like navigate their nightmares like that is if I start teaching them martial arts, or at least what I do with my martial arts. Because 2019, let me see, at that point I started my martial arts journey in 2011. So 2019, at that point I was doing martial arts for 8 years. And honestly, I don't feel like you would need 8 years of training to do it. It's like more of a mental thing. That's the beauty about martial arts. I'm getting off topic. Oh my god. Dang, it's been 42 minutes. This video, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I'm just talking. But all right, let me get back on track. Where was I at? Yeah, so due to that job, doing that, not paying me for those 2 days, I realized regardless, because like, yeah, even though there was also 4 days where I wasn't dashing, I realized even if I did dash those 4 days, I still would have been $300 short. And okay, there we go. That's the other thing right there that I'm thinking of. Well, I'm remembering since I got off topic. And I know some of you guys are probably thinking, like, did you have family or friends? No. No. Well, yes. Let me correct that again. Yes and no. Yes, because depending on what it is, like if it was a certain amount of money, yes. But if it was above a certain amount of money, there are those same individuals I knew I could count on. They were not able to help with that. And because like they're just above what they were able to help with at the time. Now I really appreciate them, because like there are times where I feel like I don't have anybody in my corner, but then I think to myself like, well, I do. They may not always be able to help with some stuff, but the fact that they are able to and willing to a certain extent means a lot. But then you have those other people who are able to and just aren't willing at all. But yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna say it again, I take responsibility for my actions, because like I could have never quit my job. I could have never went full time into being an entrepreneur. I could have just not did that and just stayed being a teacher, or just stayed being a teacher long enough to where I wouldn't need the assistance from other people. Um, or even like definitely wouldn't even be in this situation to begin with. So it's like, yeah, I could have not did that, or I could have just stayed working at that whatever job I was working at. I mean, my car would have got repossessed, but I would still have that job, and that just don't make sense. Like, no, that just doesn't make sense at all. Or it's like, I could have never raised my prices and still been feeling burnt out like I am now, but also being burnt out while I'm getting a consistent amount of money from a few people. That still would have been very frustrating. But all in all, I still take responsibility for my actions. However, it does not change the fact that there were still things out of my control, and here I am doing the best that I can, just ultimately doing the best possible with controlling what I can control, which is myself. And yeah, those 4 days I didn't do any dashing, probably couldn't have happened, but man, some of you watching this video know exactly what it feels like to be an entrepreneur. You don't really have days off until you get to a certain point. You know, like depending on how your scheduling is set up, if you have a full-time or part-time job or not, or if you just full on with your entrepreneur stuff, even if you have a full-time part-time job while doing entrepreneur stuff, you definitely don't have days off, because it's like, man, bro, at least that's what it feels like. It really feels like you don't have days off, you know. And for me to have that 4 days of not doing anything, it felt like it was needed. But even then, like I mentioned before, after doing the math, even if I did dash those 4 days, I was still gonna be short. So I just did what I could until I woke up one morning and I learned that my car was gone. And yeah. And what helped me get myself reacclimated to taking care of my mental is just practicing what I preach. I mean, even with everything that happened, I was still practicing what I preached. Always like recentering myself, being patient. But I'm also learning, like, again, like I need to just speak. Because sometimes it's like not like I'm not wanting to be confrontational. It's just me feeling like, I don't want to put my energy towards that. I don't feel like it'll benefit me putting my energy towards that. I, at the end of the day, will also always control myself, because that's the only thing I can control. But through those experiences, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to say whatever comes to mind. Like, not to like blurt out whatever the first thing that comes up, but once that feeling arises, just speak. I'm good at conflict resolution, so that's something my dreams have taught me greatly. I'm really good at conflict resolution, especially when it comes to like things that are trying to scare me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, that doesn't work over here anymore. Like, I've also did another thing about that dream. I've never been scared of clowns. So what are you doing, bro? I've never been scared of clowns growing up at any point. Clowns was never scary at all. Like, even like, and then maybe because I've never found clowns scary. So I don't think if I saw it as a kid, it would have scared me. Like, growing up, the stuff that would classify as scary movie, like I wasn't scared of Freddy, I wasn't scared of Jason, I wasn't scared of Michael Myers, I wasn't scared of Jeepers Creepers. Like, I wasn't scared of any of those things. But the stuff that did scare me, I think I talked about that, like aliens. Those are the things that scared me. I even had dreams about them. Like, I had so many nightmares about that kind of stuff, like being attacked or abducted or something like that. Now I don't have those nightmares anymore. And in some of those dreams I had, where I was like doing a lot of fighting and martial arts, I did fight some alien looking things. They were more like shadowy figures, but they were like shaped like aliens, but they were just like completely black, like a shadow. But yeah, that's what happened. Oh yeah, let me get back to it. So what I've been doing as of now is just been driving my mom's car until I have what I need to get my own. Because I'm still paying bills, I'm still taking care of like what needs to be taken care of financially. It's just that as of right now, I don't have the funds to get a car just yet. And it's been, I'm not gonna lie, it has taken a toll on me, because like regardless of what level of spiritualness, awokeness you want to call it, life will still keep throwing punches. It will keep coming at you, and I feel like once you go down that spiritual path, it's gonna really be coming for you, because you're not following the same flock as everyone else is. You're not following the same things as everyone else. And it was crazy, as I know people, I've met them as they were going on their spiritual path, and they mentioned that their reason for being spiritual because they had like an experience with something that most people won't believe. And me, I believe them because I've seen stuff in the sky. I've seen things out of my peripherals. I've just seen things. I've even seen ghosts. So them telling me that they had an encounter with a skinwalker, I'm like, I believe you. Like, yeah. And from their description of it, well, from how they were telling me it, that was the spark of their spiritual journey. But now, again, going down your spiritual journey, things do get intense. That's why I say life is a lot like Dark Souls. It doesn't get easier, you just get better. And for them, they just decided to go back to Christianity because it was a lot, and it takes a lot. And I feel like because they were more like a pen pal kind of thing. We were both we met through like a spiritual coach or a spiritual mentor group. And both of us missed some days. I'm gonna try to go find that group on Facebook. But I do feel like if there was actual time in person, things would have been different. Because I know how my energy is. What was that? That was weird. I saw something. It's like a flash. Lost my train of thought. Bro, what the heck was that? Talking about the spiritual journey. This is gonna be kind of crazy to edit. Well, not really. This video is gonna still be about 40 minutes. Talking about that. Oh yeah, because I know how my energy is, and it can be very beneficial to people. Like very beneficial to people. Like I've even had individuals who I had to stop communicating with because I realized they were using me for my positivity and good energy. I've had people come to me just to be around my positivity and good energy, but then I learned that they were an energy vampire in their own way, and very narcissistic too. Sad because they come off as a very good person, but I saw right through it. And then once I saw right through it, I couldn't unsee it. But yeah, that's what happened all in that 4 months leading up until now. And I'm gonna end this video by just talking about this year, because man, this whole year has been crazy. This is 2025, the year of 9. It's interesting because next year is the year of 1, 2026. There's one more month on this Gregorian calendar year. One more month. Because this year started off with a car accident. This year started off with a car accident in January. And by what was that? 6 days after the car accident, I was in my new car. And then my dad eventually passed away. I grew up without him, but it still felt odd. And then I realized so many things that was going on, and I was not aware of, like emotionally and energetically, due to his absence. No, I didn't go to his funeral. I didn't feel like I needed to go. And then I learned my ex was pregnant. Not that I'm following her on social media or anything. But I didn't later learn that she blocked me. Just to preserve what she and a new guy had. Because there are conversations every blue moon. But I learned through someone that's connected to her. And at the time of learning, I learned that she was 6 months pregnant. And I was like, oh. One of the things I've been doing is unraveling the emotions from that relationship. This is a lot, because part of me admittedly still feels like there's unanswered questions, and I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to initiate that conversation, because one thing I've learned is the only way anything from that relationship is going to get resolved is if I take care of it on my own, or I initiate the conversation, because she's not going to go out of the way to initiate the conversation. And with that awareness and acknowledging that, I was like, leave it alone. It's not worth it. If I have to keep initiating the conversation, it's really not worth it, because clearly it's not a priority to her. And it only is a priority to me when the thoughts come up, because I'm like, dang, there are still unanswered questions. There's still things I want to know. Because after the last conversation we had, felt like I had more questions just with the way she was communicating. But I also feel like I know the answer to those questions. So part of me wants to hear and know if those are the actual answers to those questions. One thing I can say for sure is, if we are ever in person, then I'll ask them. But I'm not going to go out of my way to initiate that conversation via text or call. If we don't ever see each other in person again, then we won't ever see each other in person again. And there will be no such thing as a right time. Whatever is going on, I don't care. I'm going to try to have a conversation. And I say try because she probably won't be willing to have the conversation depending on what's going on. But no, next time I see her in person, I'm just going to ask. And I'll let you know how that goes if it ever comes to that point. But yeah, unraveling those emotions throughout this year, and then unraveling them again, learning that she was pregnant. Because like that relationship, bro, man, I think I'll talk about it a little bit, but that relationship was the heaviest one to move, because it was so much stuff. And then on top of that, the signs were all there. Because I was having a conversation with someone talking about some of the stuff that I've seen and some of the stuff I experienced, and one of the videos was in the messenger conversation. Because despite outside of texting, we would also like message back and forth on Facebook Messenger. And one of the videos I was referring to was in that conversation thread. And as I'm scrolling up, because for some reason I couldn't just go to the media and find the video, I have to scroll up so the video can load and then watch the video. Bruh, as I was scrolling up, I'm like, yo, the signs were here. The signs were all there. But I was just so focused on going through it and making it work, because being under the impression that it's not me, and to her words, is some stuff that she didn't take care of, you know, like stuff from her past relationship that she didn't take care of. And also being under the impression that, okay, she needs her space to take care of this, I'm gonna give her space, and then we move forward together. But no, she chose to go back with that person, and that was the person who she needed, who she had that emotional baggage with. And yeah, moved in together, got engaged, probably even married, and had a baby. So I was aware of all of that stuff except for the pregnancy thing, until I just decided to hop on Facebook one day, and then I saw someone who's connected to her post about her being a certain amount of months pregnant, and I was like, oh then this feels I just put this feels. There's a lot of emotions that came up. And then after releasing those emotions, allowing them to pass through me, just reflecting on everything. There is so much this year it's taught me. So much that has gotten me clarity with so much that happened. But I gotta say, grateful for it all. In hindsight, thinking back, reflecting on things, considering how I am now with my levels of awareness and how I've been navigating things, currently it seems for the best that everything happened the way it did. Despite how painful or frustrating they were. I think that's everything with this. Is that everything I wanted to share? Yeah. So, in that case, peace, love, and prosperity to all of you, and I'll see you next time.